All right, so
I think Buddy's nervous.
but
Buddy's pumped.
Buddy's like stressed about.
Buddy has been a tornado since yesterday.
He called last night. He called this morning. It was like, all right, what's the topic? What are we doing? Was this?
I know,
like,
man.
Chill, dude.
Yeah, I know. Like he got here, and I'm like, Buddy, have you ever watched whatever podcast?
Which I should have. Fair enough. I'm just the guy that you know who is trying to head to the moon, no matter what we're doing.
We love that about you, buddy.
That's why we had you on.
It's all good.
Well, and last minute we were able to pull a Audible and get like hundreds of dollars of free stuff.
I know.
Which
But
we're
if
talking
you didn't
about
know,
that.
Buddy is the CEO of BBO.
We mentioned that in the last
And,
podcast.
He was like,
and several. We
Yeah.
mentioned that.
he was like, we're giving stuff away.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna do this, we got to give back to the people. So
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, we pump the brakes.
we don't
buddy.
have to do that. He's like, we're doing it.
Dude, because again, like in my mind, I'm like Christmas Vacation, where his electric bill starts
Yeah.
going off the charts, and they got to restart it. Like that's what we're trying to do with this internet,
Heck yeah.
aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to play to our strengths. I'm not attractive or funny, so
Sure
maybe
you
we
are,
can give away
buddy.
free stuff.
You're selling yourself short.
Come on, is this a video or are we doing just audio?
We got
It's
video.
video.
We got audio. It's both. So this
so
this
you see my new
podcast.
socks look?
So we're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, we're all the things.
Yeah,
like anywhere, like you can pull up our podcast right now on Spotify. You can if you go, you have an Alexa at your house.
Yeah, I do.
You can go to home and you can go, hey Alexa, play Fishing Not Catching podcast, and boom,
Pow.
You should try it.
starts. It's me and Brad talking.
And so I'm a serial entrepreneur, as you guys know. There's no way around it. If we're not changing the world, what are we doing here? What is the vision of this podcast? Where are we going?
Well, initially when we started the podcast,
Yeah, we had a different goal.
We had an idea, and we actually we have the actual business and website. And Buddy told me it was stupid. We shouldn't do it.
No, I did not. What do you? Like, make sure you tell me what
he did poo poo on that. idea.
What
he
was
pooped
it?
all over it. But so me and Matt started a booking website.
We're just being authentic right now, man.
Me and Matt started a booking website. It's called Bearded Bum Adventures. You can actually go there right now. The website's live. beardedbumadventures.com. And so through that you can.
Did you say bearded bum?
Bearded bum. It's a what? Yeah, go check.
.com?
Go check
Like,
it out.
Is that
Bearded Bum Adventures.
that is terrible? If I didn't say that, no one wants to hang out with the bearded bum.
That's our two names. You should
Maybe to help him
So the
out of
names-
his.
You should look at our. You should look at our logo. You need to pull it
names
up
and
for
the
him.
logo.
Pull it up for
Is
him.
there like a
We basically just put me
dick
and Matt
pic in your
together.
video?
It's like me and
or
Brad had a baby.
logo.
What?
Okay, never mind. Sorry. No, let's go right past that.
Yeah, look at our
Okay.
logo.
And that's not a bum, just so you know. I want
It's a beach bum.
It reminds me of the derelict.
We're not in California anymore.
The
Bum
derelict.
is a different thing here than it is in California.
True. There is that. Got it. Fair enough.
But anyways, so we started the website, and it's a booking site, so you can book like fishing trips, dolphin cruises, parasailing, jet ski rentals, all the stuff. You can also book like stays like at a condo. So you can basically book and plan your whole vacation through our website. And so we started the podcast to kind of promote that. And this was all before the tackle store was even a thing. I think at the time Matt had like maybe just told us about it, and at the time it was just Matt, and then me and Brent came in later, and a lot of stuff happened, and we ended up spending more time focusing on this than we did the booking site. So that's why we started the podcast.
Okay,
But
two
now
questions.
so many things have changed since we started.
Two questions. One, if I go to bum with his balls hanging out.com, is all that available? My parasailing?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can book. Yeah.
All right. So
It's affiliate marketing, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it is? So like we're tied into is it 3 different websites? So there's Fishing Booker, there's
Trip Shock,
and then
VRBO.
VRBO. So like all these websites have affiliate programs. So we get a basically a commission if somebody comes to our website and then clicks one of those excursions that's actually on one of those other websites, but we get the commission if they book,
love it.
essentially. Yeah.
Okay, great.
But we
Bearded
Bum Adventures.
we haven't promoted it.
We haven't done anything.
I think we've made
Who's
like
to say what that adventure is?
That's right.
Okay, everybody's wanted
Whatever
to.
you want it to be.
Bearded Bum
Everybody's
Adventures.
wanted to go into a dark room with a bearded bum on an adventure.
That's open to interpretation. For sure. That's sketchy.
It's a little like, I don't know why.
But yeah, so the podcast is just it's a different vibe, you know. Like we just knew that we were missing a piece. We were missing the ability to be in people's cars because like people are in their car more than anything and consuming content. So
Yeah.
like we wanted to tap into that space
Love it.
and create content that would fill that void. So this allows us to do that. Of course, we posted on YouTube the video, but that like YouTube and podcast is kind of a weird place. It's not necessarily where it's going to be the most successful potentially.
Yeah, because it's hard to. If you pay for YouTube Premium, you can lock your phone and still play.
Yeah,
But if you don't, you have to leave your phone open and play. And so, like,
it's not the best.
not many people sit down. I mean, maybe if you put it on your TV, you may sit and watch. But we do get way more. I don't know, not necessarily views,
Downloads.
but yeah,
It's
a
called
lot of that does
downloads.
come from the actual.
So we
podcast
actually
with
hit. We're almost
Spotify.
at 30,000 downloads
Okay.
for our haphazard.
Per show?
No,
Not
not
quite.
yet. Not
Total.
quite there.
Total.
Not quite there.
I was thinking in
Takes
the
a little time.
millions. We're not even
Yeah.
at 30,000
Yeah,
yet?
this is grassroots, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Is the goal to keep it grassroots?
No, I mean we're, you know, like I would love for this to be a bigger thing. Podcast is so still foreign to us that we don't really necessarily know what we're doing. But we love it, like it because this is where we really get to be us,
Right.
Like really, because even a fishing video, you still have to have an element of entertainment and this is entertainment, but like it's just different. Hey guys, what's up? You know, we're at
Right.
the beach today. I'm gonna catch some pompano.
We don't have to be on. when we
Yeah,
do a
it's just like,
podcast.
dude,
When
we're
we're filming.
like
You
this
have
is
to be on.
like we're hanging out, and that's what people like. You know, we just discuss. We talk about topics. Like we talk about what's going on in our lives. Talk about what's going on in the world. What's going on in the business.
We can drink tequila.
We
and
can
soda
drink
water.
tequila. We can hang out with Buddy.
What I love about you guys is you have such a platform to attract such high level talent to be on this show that it's like, I mean, versus me, who I'm like, I would love to talk to.
You're high level talent, Buddy.
Well,
Have you seen
only
our
my
other
kids would
guests?
say that. Yeah.
We had the lawless tide on.
Yeah, freaking Sean.
I missed the whole thing. What was that?
Yeah, he doesn't know Sean.
I don't know. Okay.
This is great.
We're just picking on.
I love
Sean.
having Buddy on here.
All right, all right.
We can take shots of people. You don't even know.
Dude, no, I love this, and I'm so help again. I'm asking all these questions because I apologize. I'm a very visual.
It would help if you watched the podcast before.
Well,
came.
there's that. There is that, and I don't know why.
It's
I
okay.
haven't.
You're not the first guest to not see one.
Well, dude, well, I can already tell because I'm like, "What's this podcast about?" We're like, "I don't know." We smoke a bunch of pot, drink a bunch of beer, and hit record.
So you at least knew we had a podcast, and you just hadn't watched it. When we had Sean on, we brought all this stuff. We were in South Florida. And me, Matt, and Sean rented a house. And we're like, hey, Sean, we're going to do a podcast. You want to be on our podcast tonight? And he goes, y'all have a podcast?
Now, granted, that was very early on.
Yeah, it was like episode 3 or 4.
Yeah, we had
but
just started.
Yeah,
so.
no, fair enough.
It was funny, though.
So give me. I got one more question, and we'll move on.
Oh, you're good, man.
What
we can do
is
whatever.
who's our avatar? Who are we talking to right now?
This is more like, because I feel like our content that we put out for fishing, we attract. I would say mostly the people that I come in contact with are a lot of older people. You know, that come to the beach, snowbirds.
Through our videos.
Yeah. Like, obviously they come here in the summer too, but like, I see an older, like, we do catch that 25
Okay, be
to
careful.
45.
Like, cause am I older?
Yeah, than us. I mean,
Like, that's,
like 40 plus.
Yeah, 40 plus.
Ow!
I would say 40 plus.
okay.
But he's barely.
But, I mean,
there.
and
47?
honestly, in our videos,
barely.
like even more than that, like 55 and up
a lot
is
of
the
that.
bulk of our audience through our videos.
But
Okay, can I ask a question real quick?
I should.
Can I ask listeners to tell us who are they? Who's listening?
yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
please. Sorry.
So, all right. So you gotta understand too. A lot of these, they can't, like, if they're just listening, they can't. There's nowhere to comment
Unless they're watching on YouTube.
unless they're watching on YouTube.
So I will say,
YouTube's a
so to
little
that
different.
point, on my personal Facebook, which I don't have up right now, but my biggest age is like 55 and up.
on YouTube.
On YouTube. For
Okay,
me
yeah.
personally, Bearded Brad.
Yeah, and that's and I
On-
would say that's probably.
I'm on our
something.
podcast
You're
YouTube
like Neil
right
Diamond
now.
or something. Like what?
Our largest age group on our podcast is 25 to 34.
See that I didn't even look at that, but that is what.
And then our second
That's
is
exactly-
35 to 44.
Yeah.
And then it goes to 18 to 24.
Really, yeah,
So
this is a
much
younger. This is a
audience
younger
on our
audience.
podcast.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
Which
Good.
is, I've never even looked at that until right now.
But that makes sense. That's what
good
that's what
news.
we'd want. That's what I was getting at. I was like, our fishing stuff's gonna be older. This is gonna be a younger audience.
That was a lot of data.
Sorry,
Real quick.
people driving to work.
Who are
like
we talking to?
people-
What? Tell me who's our primary audience right now.
Me.
Yeah, it's literally
Me and Matt, just like
literally
Super
us.
sexy, very talented superstar.
super sexy, yes.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
definitely, you
I would
guys
say,
are
like,
sexy.
Okay.
No, the dude-
CrossFitters,
20
The dude's working.
25
man.
to
Working man.
45, like probably just getting started in a career, maybe has a growing family, likes outdoors. Because I mean, we talked about a lot of stuff. Our last couple podcasts have been more about hunting.
like
so
sports, likes outdoors.
yeah.
Yeah, just dudes, man.
just listening to a podcast of
Which are this mic's
people
broken.
similar to
by the way.
them. So I would say like us
Yeah,
is who we're talking to.
yeah.
Okay.
People that want to hang out with us and like actually.
Where could people go to say I'm this age and I'm this guy?
They
to
can email
give
us.
Feedback?
Do you still get the?
Email? We don't fax us or something? Or?
Yeah, I know, dude.
Should
They,
they?
you can
Send us a
comment.
letter in the mail.
Yeah. Will you
Beachbum.com.
mail us at P.O.
We'll have
Box?
Vanessa go through
Yeah.
all of our mail.
Yeah.
We're on social media.
We are on social media.
Well, yeah, we are, but
We're on
like,
Facebook, Instagram.
Go to Brad's, beardedbrad.com, say I'm this old, this age, and we'll see if anybody even goes there.
Yeah,
Will
well,
anybody even do that?
maybe.
I mean,
It's an action. Like I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm
Like, if I'm
asking nicely,
listening-
please. We would love to
well,
know.
to make
that
this easy, because it's if you try to send it to me directly, it's going to get lost somewhere. If you want to do it, go to, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, either one, go to Fishing Not Catching on Facebook or Instagram and message there.
That'd be
'Cause
fun. That'd work.
there's not enough going on.
We're
so
on
you
all the
won't get-
socials. We all
You
on
won't get
socials.
lost in there. If you
Yeah.
message me on Bearded Brad on Facebook
Yeah,
or
the-
Bama Beach Bum, you're going to get lost in all
Forget
the
it,
messages.
yeah.
So nobody messages Fishing Not Catching right now. So you'll probably be the first message we get.
Yeah.
So Fishing Not Catching, Facebook or Instagram. Let us know what your age.
Are we on
what's going
TikTok? We should be on TikTok.
We're not on TikTok.
Like we should definitely be. This should be a TikTok.
Okay, can
You're gonna help
we?
me start posting.
I know. Well, you're doing. Hey, by the way.
You're moving fast. Let me go back.
All right.
The 100th person who goes to
Fishing Not Catching.
Fishing Not Catching
Okay.
and puts in their demographic.
Not 100 people are gonna listen. to this.
I'm telling you, but if we do,
I mean, we get 100 listeners.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we get like 800.
could the 100th person get a bummy stick?
Yeah,
Well, I thought we weren't doing that.
I know,
I mean, we can.
but I'll make
We
it.
are
I'm
now.
playing.
All right, that's cool, man.
he's the CEO.
You're saying no
of
one.
BBS.
That's true,
Dude,
that's true.
dude, we got money to burn around here.
All right.
Let's do
So
it.
the 100th person
Mark's
that
gonna be
sends
so
us a
mad.
message.
Yeah, but all the people underneath it have to be like, really, where you at? Where you from? But the 100th person at that
Yeah, so there will
gets a bummy
be
stick.
there will be times and dates. So we'll have to sort that because there will be two different platforms.
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram is where we're accepting these
Yeah.
messages. So the 100th person gets a free bummy stick,
Yeah.
and Matt will even sign it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah, man. That's
Signed bummy stick
Kiss it.
from Bama
Yeah.
Beach Bum.
Rub it on my crotch.
Oh,
I like that.
I mean, if you want it on the crotch, bum hole, whatever, any of that.
apparently there's prison rules around here.
Again, if you
You
watch,
should
if
have
you
been
watch
here
the
for the
oh,
protein
yeah,
talk.
yeah. So we got. So just to give you an idea,
Ask
buddy,
him if he knows
what,
how much protein.
Oh, do you know how much protein is in sperm?
I am what I eat, so I would not know. I've been told. I try to care about what's applicable to me. No,
No, I hadn't figured that one out yet.
I'm scared to ask. Do you know?
Wasn't
We do now.
It wasn't like
Oh.
it's only like 255
Like
milliliters
whatever.
or what? Yeah,
It's not a lot.
It's a low amount of protein.
Not enough that Matt's gonna try it for some protein
Yeah.
supplements.
Bulk up.
Yeah.
You're not gonna bulk up.
Not
with-
worth it. But
Yeah.
bull testicles do actually have
They're
a
a good source of
pretty
protein.
sufficient amount of protein.
So funny. I have a funny story about testicles.
Bring
Yeah,
it.
let's
We
hear it.
like talking about balls.
So my dad, we grew up on a ranch. My we've had a cattle ranch since 1854, and we've always thousands of head of cattle throughout my life, and it's been beautiful. But my dad, when I was maybe 9, my sister was 12, and my dad says, "Hey, sit down. I got some chicken strips, some chicken nuggets for you." And dude, we loved him. We dipped it in ranch, and it was great. He
Licking
then,
them,
you know where the
yeah.
story's going,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
He tells me those were cow balls. I'm laughing. I'm like, oh shoot, finally. Okay, I wouldn't have ate it if I would have known.
Yeah.
My sister, and God bless girls in their teens, just starts crying uncontrollably.
I can't believe you did that.
No, hates him, hates life, hates every. And I felt so bad. I'm like, he was just kidding. But and I can see now with my daughter, who's now 15.
Yeah, you could not do that to
Dude,
Capri, dude. She would.
Boys laughing. She was
yeah,
not.
Yeah, she would not be having that.
Yeah.
Sounds like something you need to try at your house, though.
Well, like
You got the perfect example to like redo that with Cruz and
Oh.
Capri, because Cruz would be the same way that you
know he
acted.
would.
Oh yeah, Cruz.
Capri,
yeah,
like
Cruz
that's
is-
exactly what would happen in your
yeah,
house.
100%.
Well, and it's funny, so we do these brandings every year, and there's literally a bag on the fence. You brand them, you cut the ear markings and the whole thing,
Yeah.
castrate them, and there's a bag that you put the nuts in, and someone is lucky enough to have them to fry them and eat them,
Well, it's a great source of protein. So if you're
There's
trying to bulk up,
but not because
build
of
muscle.
the
Well, you should bring some home for
whatever
Matt.
we call it inside of the
I'd eat it.
balls.
I'd eat balls.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, if I
there's
needed
a bold
to.
statement
It's a
online.
weird way to say it.
All right.
So we got on that topic, because
and that was Matthew. That was not, if you're listening, you're not seeing.
if you
wanna-
don't know whose voice
Yeah,
that is.
just want to clarify.
Hopefully AI picks that up when I make a reel out of that
Yeah.
and puts the camera on you.
I was gonna say he's been using AI to create our our short form out of this.
Oh.
Which
It actually works
it
really good in
yeah.
a podcast setting. It doesn't work. I've tried it on my videos.
Doesn't do
and
good.
sometimes it works good, but it'll give you like, I don't know, 10 reels. And out of a fishing video, there may be 1 or 2, and sometimes like not even any that actually like makes sense. Because in a fishing video, like you got to start with like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this, and then you got to get the hook up and show the fish. And AI doesn't quite understand that process. But
Sure.
on a podcast setting, it's just got to pick out
Yeah.
like a little bit.
It,
So
it does
actually
pretty good.
turns out
Yeah, I
decent.
like what it's doing.
And it's cool that it'll switch. It knows who's talking.
Yeah.
And so through the reel, like I don't have to do anything. And it'll like when Matt's talking, it goes to him. Sometimes they'll do like a double camera and stack them, and
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it takes like, all I do is post the link to the YouTube video, and then like 20 minutes later, it sends me an email. It's like, here's 10 reels.
Can I give a little sneak peek of what's to come
Yeah.
based on that reality? We officially,
Oh,
we're
breaking
excited.
news.
There's official here.
Official.
Yeah, this is breaking.
Hearing it first on the Fishing Not Catching podcast.
Okay, have hired a e-commerce manager
Ooh.
that will be able to literally unify everything that we were trying to do, put it all in one direction, and allow us to add as much value to as many people as often as possible under the umbrella of, and I changed this up a little bit, so you guys stay with me, let me know, give me some feedback. Entertaining, empowering, and equipping.
I like it.
Yeah.
Is he
Heck yeah.
from Mississippi?
Nope.
No, okay.
good.
All right. That's
on.
that's a positive.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. No.
And there's what's that kid's name? Adam.
Andrew?
Andrew.
I saw Andrew,
Andrew.
here earlier.
I don't know why I said Adam. Andrew.
Yeah. Sorry.
Love it.
We get distracted in here. That's that's great news though.
I'm telling you
we
guys,
need that piece of the puzzle.
Literally, and the reality of it is man, in this store in the winter,
Yeah.
when it's raining and it's cold, I feel bad. I look at somebody, I'm like, man, what are you doing in here?
Yeah. No, for real.
What is going? Like, why was right? And I feel
Are
terrible.
you lost?
Yeah, I feel terrible.
Seriously.
Like, are you looking for directions?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
online, there's always a good spot. You know what I mean?
It
And I
is
think the more
almost
present.
spring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
more-
it'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, and there's always spring. But yes, man, this whole online game, I start to appreciate. There's so many people everywhere versus who's driving down the
Right.
street.
I was thinking about that today, like, because I went up to the warehouse. Because I guess we're trying to like get rid of the rest of the stuff that was there.
Yeah.
And so Mark put some stuff aside for me, which I paid for. We have some people that don't like to pay for things, but I paid for it.
That's a cryptic message. All right.
But while I was up there, there's still like I guess because we can't necessarily say all the stuff we had in the sale, but there was still some good name brand stuff, and I'm like,
yeah.
it just sucks that like
We can't sell it online.
yeah, I'm like we
Yeah.
have online like
Right.
we don't need to just give away this huge section. So Don was up there and I talked to him and I was like, let's
Don?
not or Ron.
Okay.
said
I was like,
Ron.
we
Yeah.
did have Don. but-
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Ron was up there and I talked to Ron about it. I was like, let's not get rid of those things for like $0. Don't give it away. Like bring it down here and either we can do it as giveaways here or sell it cheap here or like when we have more presence online or whatever, when our online blows up, like we can sell it there. Just seems crazy to just
It is.
literally give
I'm
this
gonna
stuff
I'm
away.
gonna be honest here, man. It's so disappointing that our online sucks because like it's just weird that with as much of an online presence that we have compared to like any other tackle store or whatever, it's like how the heck do we suck there?
yeah.
It's frustrating.
Well, no, okay, all pointed at me because I honestly, I mean, we're a business of like I came from industries incredibly successful, number one in my space that but we didn't know e-commerce, influencers, and retail, right? You guys are influencers, but didn't know how to monetize. I mean, there's so many
Yeah.
nuances. Nuances? Can you say that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Or is nuances its own? Is insinuating it's new?
New nuances.
Go with it.
I think that
don't-
works.
But the reality of it is like, man, we're like, and I don't mind, in my opinion, this whole business is based on fans and energy and love and community. So if we buy a bunch of stuff, whatever doesn't sell that you needed at that moment in time, and we blow it out and get the new stuff and always keep it fresh,
Yeah.
that's bitching.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with that? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, we are not going to make our money on 1, 10, 20 people. It's a community of a ton
Right.
that everybody gets to win on, right? That's the
Yeah.
goal.
And I think the online thing too, like obviously we assumed that with our online presence that our fans would come, and they did. Like y'all did
yeah.
great. We sold
Yeah.
a lot of stuff at the beginning online before we had, but I think a lot of it too, like we kind of, I don't really know why, but we ended up in like the Google jail.
Oh.
Probably some of acquiring
Yeah.
this site from the previous owners, and it was a disaster. So not any online retailer is running Google ads, and we basically couldn't.
Right.
But
So we were only relying on
Our
who we reach and our
yeah.
audience we already had.
our organic audience. Yeah.
Opposed to being able to run ads, and when you search for a dial Alexa, Beach Bum Outdoors would pop up. But we weren't even able to do that.
Right.
yeah.
And when we were able to, like we had a short phase where we could, and we saw a good return, and then I don't know all the details, but
No, it's beautiful.
We got locked out
because you guys
again.
have so much content that's already out there. So if somebody searches a term,
right.
I mean, most businesses are craving for content, right?
Right.
You guys have it like stacked up in abundance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the reality of like connecting the dots has been
Figuring out all the
It's
SEO
been new, right?
Yeah.
But we, I do believe, and again, I think the whole thing on on the internet and in retail is it's not about the product; it's about the experience that draws people in, and we're really looking to hone in on that. So it's not
For
so
sure.
much like I want to buy a lure; it's like I want to catch this fish.
Yeah.
I want to have this adventure, right? And then we wrap everything around what it takes to catch that fish, to have that adventure, to create that new forever memory. And
Yeah.
By the way,
To that point.
Yeah.
Perfect little
boom.
leeway or whatever into that. But we're working on doing some boxes. We have done these last year, but we didn't really do a good job of promoting it. It was kind of like, let's throw some stuff together and
Yeah.
try to sell them in the store. And we sold a lot in the store.
we lost Buddy.
We what?
we lost Buddy.
Yeah, Buddy's out of here. but we are working on doing some like boxes again, and we have mine here, which is gonna be
Hey,
more of a.
when are we launching these? Like
I
now?
have no,
Or-
I didn't even know about.
I didn't know it either
until today.
Yeah, I did. This was news to me. I mean,
that we were gonna do this.
it's great. And it needs to be ready for spring. I would
sure.
say. Sorry.
And so we're putting together some examples. Mine's going to be offshore. Some of y'all know I did get a new boat last year, and so I'm going to be doing a lot more offshore fishing.
Nice boat.
Hopefully some of y'all do. I know I got to get Matt out there.
yeah,
offshore.
dude. Come on.
We're going to do it. But this isn't set in stone yet. These are just some of the items we have. And so y'all give us some feedback on if this is a box that you would like to purchase. But we got some wire leader. This is 105. The reason we went a little bit heavier is we do have a trolling lure, which is good for some wahoo. Nice Yozuri.
Let me see that thing. Sexy.
Yeah,
Looks
pretty.
bad. Looks
Looks
bad.
like a little mahi. which would be perfect for the Wahoo. So that's why you got the heavy wires. So you can rig up this troll for some Wahoo. We also got a trolling lead, which is for this guy. So we got another little trolling lure for
what is that?
Tuna. This would be good for tuna, mahi.
Offshore is still so foreign to me, man.
I know. I'm still learning a lot of it. I bought a lot of stuff from our warehouse sale.
Oh yeah.
That was offshore stuff because we didn't really we don't have a huge offshore audience, which is what I'm trying to grow.
Right.
And so we didn't sell a lot of those products at the warehouse. So I have literally like a lifetime supply of offshore stuff now.
Which like
so many things.
Like the lures,
like
mainly?
a lot of this stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like more than I'm ever gonna need, and I'll give some to Buddy probably.
I would love it.
We're gonna go trolling.
Buddy needs it.
But so you can troll this one across the top, or throw on the trolling lead and get it down a little bit.
They do not listen to the podcast, by the way.
They don't.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Like,
They
that's
were
not-
incredibly excited to know that you guys were in here filming.
Well, sure, yes, but they're definitely not podcasters.
Right. Podcast is a younger audience thing.
I mean, I'm profiling here, but
we got some ball bearing swivels, rigging everything up.
Matthew's excited.
And then we do have this squid tricks.
Balls.
From...
balls.
We said
What kind
balls
of
and not
balls
perked
do
up
you
on
have?
it.
How much
there?
protein's in that?
I haven't
Wonder what
actually
they taste
fished
like.
these much. Hey, I'm talking
Sorry,
to tell the
sorry,
people
sorry.
about some exciting things.
You're right.
Sorry.
These are the Nomad squid tricks. Really good for basically jigging instead of using like slow pitch jigs and stuff. You can drop the squid down.
Yep.
And I saw Cruz had one tied
Dude,
on.
we've been crushing
Have
it.
you?
If he sees any sort of disturbance, or we just stop to go pee, I literally on our way out stopped to go pee.
He's, like,
He
dropping it
catches
down.
like massive. I forget what it was, but it was like it made our whole trip.
Heck
Like
yeah.
there was not even a sign of any fish. He dropped that down, jigged up, and like
Nice.
killed it.
Nice.
Yeah, the good thing about these opposed to like a regular slow pitch jigs is they do have like rattles in here. So it'll actually vibrate and make noise down there opposed to just like fluttering around and stuff. So got that in here. And then we do have a popper. So if you ever go amberjack fishing or tuna fishing, if you get the amberjack up towards the boat, up towards the surface, throw in a popper. It's really fun. And of course, tuna. Catching anything on a popper is fun.
Yeah.
But this is kind of what we have in
I
mind
agree.
for our offshore box. So y'all let us know. Is that something that you would buy?
Looks like
Do
a
you-
winner to me.
Do you even offshore fish? Like I would buy it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't offshore fish, but if I
Well,
did,
and again, so these guys are
Buddy would
pros. I am not. We'll just set the bar there. I'm always looking for a solution. Like, what do I need to go offshore? Like, what
Yeah.
is my staple need to have in my bag? So, regardless of the situation, when somebody asks, do I have this? Do I have that? I have something, right? I mean, it's humiliating. We're like, do you have this? I'm like,
Right.
no. You know what I mean? That feels embarrassing. So I love the idea of a box because it gives me just at least a foundation. So when I
Yeah.
go out, I'm not
You know,
left looking dumb.
it's funny you say that because, like the first time that I went on your boat, like of course we were missing a few things. Now that but now what I'm getting to is now that I have a boat, I've always been used to fishing with other people who were just always prepared and had the stuff and knew what they needed. And so like if I'm like, oh, we need 60-pound leader, like they had it. If we need this weight, like they had it. But now that I have a boat and I'm trying to figure out everything I need, like
it's hard.
there's definitely been times that we're offshore. They're like, hey, do you have this? I'm like, no, I don't.
But I
I'm
will.
gonna go buy that.
But I
And
will.
how does that feel when they say that?
Not good.
It's
Like,
embarrassing.
We've been on my boat and not had a net. Surprising. Who would have thought that I would have had a net?
That's a
You
com-
did not-
You
that's a
gave me a
common
net
thread.
one time.
Dude, because
We
you,
lost my bait net, and
you-
Buddy
you-
had two.
you humiliated me because I didn't have
And
a
so
net.
we're offshore, and Buddy like throws his net to me with a couple Michelob
that's right.
Ultras in it.
Yeah.
Buddy, coming
I've been
through.
offshore and not had
Coming
pliers.
through. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? There was that one time.
The hardest part for me with it is because
Yeah.
because we still do other styles of fishing. Like I'm bad about like, oh, now I'm gonna go
Yeah.
fish the beach and crap, I need to go grab those pliers or scissors off the boat. So I grab them and I never put them back. I'm bad about
it is
having.
tough, yeah.
I really want a bag for this and a bag for that and a bag for the other. I'm just bad about ended up switching things around and then I forget to take something on the boat. Or,
So I'm gonna back us up here for a second because we rolled right into this thing and we got our guest here today. We got Buddy
we did. We
and
still got some more stuff to give away too.
Ooh,
Do
we
we?
didn't even talk about the giveaways.
Buddy's got to go. Hey, are you leaving at 2:30?
Man, I have the. There's no way I would ever leave this meeting if it was.
No, I get it. You're
meeting.
good.
I call it a podcast.
You're good.
I call it a meeting. It is a podcast. for, if not the most exciting news that's going to
100%.
could potentially
Yeah,
hit
yeah. I mean, we're all stoked
Beach
about this.
Bum
Yeah, yeah,
Outdoors,
we're super stoked about it.
On you know, and
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna have 8
We get it.
million victories in front of us, but this is a very cool.
Yeah,
one
I like where we're going with this
that
one.
we're
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it.
Is
No,
this
no
gonna,
conviction.
like-
I'm sorry.
I-
that's
no,
Are we gonna know at the end of that meeting
like it will
if
be.
it's a done deal?
we can I give a percentage to that answer, or is that not?
Because I thought this was gonna be a done deal like 2 months ago.
I know. We get,
Well, I was maybe
Kicking
6
it
months
down the
ago.
road.
Who's to say? But
Yeah.
what I realized is the things of quality are worth waiting for. You could have quality, speed, and whatever cheap, but you can't have all three. Like, we are looking for the right partners and growth strategies for the fair price. I mean, our goal as an organization is just to provide the best solutions to the most amount of people every time.
Heck
And I
yeah.
think we're on to something special here.
yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, I was gonna say like we wanted to dig into Buddy a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, we wanted.
I don't know about digging in. Your
I mean, we got him on the show because Buddy. It's not twist off, but we got a popper thing there. If you need some, I need some more too. But like, people would be interested to know like a little bit about Buddy and your past and like how you ended up here and like what you did before.
I love it.
You know, what if you had to give a 5-minute spiel on like
Yeah.
Buddy Cummings coming before you came to Florida? What would you say? Like, how would you?
I know I love that, and thank you for asking. It's always fun to talk about ourselves sometimes.
Yeah, well, you're an interesting fella. So, did you put tequila in that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say,
Oh, that much?
I don't
of
want just
tequila?
water.
Oh no, that was a water base. I would say this, and my dad was an entrepreneur growing up, so that's all I ever saw for a job. Like in high school, I had a painting business, which was incredibly random, but it was like I was able to invite my friends that would stay over for the night. We would go paint a house, and I would play loud music, give food.
So you painted the painting business-
Residential.
Okay.
Yeah, no, in California, and I
Okay.
apologize for all of you out there. I fled.
Did you paint houses?
I was picking up paint.
There was some paint on my hands
Yeah,
occasionally.
I was telling everybody how to mask it correctly. But as dumb as it sounds,
Entrepreneur.
everybody loved it. And to me, it was like, wow, as long as you make it fun, as long as you allow people to grow and learn something, man, it's not about the money.
So this was
learned
so
that in high school.
you were doing this in high school.
Yeah.
You were that was your
Yeah.
okay.
And even then, it was like, okay, I could finish a house in maybe a day or two. My dad's like, make that last about a week, because if you finish it too soon, people will wonder, like, why'd that take so quick? Why'd I pay you so much? Yeah, little lessons that you learn along the way. You know what I mean? So I did it a week, and everybody was happy. My friends were happy. I had money, and it all worked out. In college, I had a surfboard business. I had a guy who was phenomenal at shaping surfboards, and I love to surf in San Diego. But didn't know how to really take them to market. So we were able to, I was able to help get that product into, all of the stores and marketing channels. And he was shaping, doing what he loved. And man, I realized I'm kind of industry agnostic. Like, I don't necessarily need to know. I mean, from then we went to I had a high school sports fundraising company in San Diego, which I had no money. And
A high school sports fundraiser. So what? Like,
imagine if there was, because what it was is there was a high school sports poster, and we would contract with the high schools and say, hey, we'll give you 25-30% of everything that we sell, but we'll call all the businesses in your community. We will put their logo on this poster. We will put pictures of the kids. We'll cut them out, the schedule of the games. It would go in all the classrooms all throughout town. And
was there like a lot of competition in that, or
not too much, but I realized it was a telemarketing company. What I ended up, I started it in my apartment, right? It was so, I didn't even have money for desks, so I would drive around at night and look for free desks in the alley. Put into you had to walk past my bedroom that was a makeshift garage that I put carpet down. It was bad.
that's awesome.
I had to meet people at the coffee shop and try to build a connection
Before you showed him your office.
before I showed him off. And even then, I couldn't afford to pay him for the first 30 days. So
Couldn't buy their coffee. We got to go stag on the coffee.
Yeah, I could afford
2
the coffee.
waters, please.
I could afford the coffee.
Not sparkling.
I
yeah.
couldn't afford paychecks for the first 30 days, so I would literally go upstairs in my apartment, make lunch, spaghetti, lasagna, sandwiches every day, bring them down for the team, and everybody knew that lunch was provided. And man, from there we ended up growing to being the number one in that space, millions a year, giving millions back to high school sports. But it was like
Nationwide?
No, nationwide, dude. It was everywhere.
awesome.
Hundreds of high schools, millions of dollars given back. And it was at that point, I can go in forever on that deal, but we were able to launch into I'm a spiritual guy. God said, you will be in the wind business. 5 years before we embarked on this reality, it started a company that worked on wind turbines, huge utility scale wind turbines. And from there, we didn't know anything about wind turbines.
Which is crazy to me. Like that y'all did this, like, because that sounds. I mean, the other stuff I can. Okay, you can figure that out. But
Yeah,
like
right.
that one's like,
That's real.
like
people
what are
care.
you doing, buddy? Like,
People care, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bring my
You're
wife.
like, I sold surfboards and high school posters.
yeah. And then
Now we're going to work on wind turbines.
And I did mention God was involved. I'll also incorporate my wife. God and my wife made that happen.
And you also never worked on a wind turbine yourself, right? You had certified technicians.
Dude, you know me, right? I don't know how to wire a light bulb.
I could, yeah.
You don't
No.
wire. You just,
I'm
you just
saying,
screw it
but
in.
I'm the least handy person.
Huh?
You just screw it in.
I guarantee you,
I'm
buddy.
gonna say you just screw it up. I'm like, you know me.
Well,
No.
You know me all too well.
I guarantee Buddy's more handy than I am, though. I guarantee
Ah.
you that. Guarantee.
I guarantee my
I'm-
wife would argue that, and my kids.
hey,
But the re-
you got to leave in a second. We got to give away something else before
Oh.
you leave. So
I'm sorry.
figure out a question that somebody has to.
I hate this.
guess
So,
to-
like, I wish we had more time with Buddy.
know.
Like,
Oh my
I
gosh,
wanted.
if it
I
wasn't
wanted
for
to.
this
I
again.
wanted to
Let-
dig
I'm sorry. I was
Let-
late. I was late. This
Let
is
me
my
finish
fault.
this last point, and so there is tons of stuff for you guys to give away, and I'm stoked on that. Hundreds of dollars of stuff. If you made it this far into the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. But I will say this. God has been so good to us. We've made millions on multiple exits. But the one thing that I would say outside of Marion Wright is to not quit, man, and to fail forward. Man, we failed more times and bigger than most people on the planet. But every time it's that confidence, and maybe even artificially at times, like, don't quit, like, chase it, fall forward, learn. Fall forward, learn. Like, there's no superpower, nobody's special. It's the ability, and the favor goes to those who don't quit. So wherever you're chasing, wherever you're doing, I promise you, if you make your superpower being that you don't quit, you will be tremendously successful. And I'm telling you to the point where my wife and I would argue that we are cockroaches, right? Because we just don't die. You know what I mean? It was like people didn't understand it. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
that's our superpower, man. We don't die. And there will be a time, there'll be a place and a space and a moment where you will rise and shine and dominate. So I would love to leave anybody with that reality that, man, we have made millions. God is good. God's given us millions because not something we did, but it's not quitting. Can I just end on that?
No,
note?
I like that a
that's
lot.
so good. We do get into like motivational stuff here too, and I love that. Like that's
Oh.
so
Perfect.
good. And I wanted to dive in. We ran out of time, but we're gonna have to have you back.
I do.
Buddy's gonna be back on.
Yeah, Buddy's
Dude, I
Buddy's coming
fail
back.
every day, and
Buddy's
I'm
coming
like,
back.
oh, that was terrible. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, that was like, what am I doing? Why am I here? What's the point? And then I'll get one phone call. I'm like, saying there's a chance.
Alex Hermosi just had a quote that was floating around, and I'm going to butcher it, but basically he was like, entrepreneurship is basically like getting kicked in the nuts for years with small moments of like glimmers of hope, here scattered about, but mostly it's just getting kicked in the nuts for years until
And then
eventually.
it takes off, yeah.
but okay.
And that's with just about anything in life. It's just stay consistent and like don't give up.
But here's the thing. If you don't love what you do, if you don't understand your why, what you're fighting for, you'll quit.
Right.
You will not.
100%.
Absolutely.
And for me, it was like
Absolutely.
I always loved business. It was like an extreme sport. Like people rock climb. I'm like, dude, I think this is like do 3 flips on a bicycle. I'm like, business is better. You get.
Buddy, I don't want you to be late, but you got to go.
Yeah. Get out
Why
of
do you
here,
ask such engaging questions? And if I have to,
I know, I'm sorry.
kick me out.
Yeah.
I think for one of the next giveaways, just to make sure people are listening, the first person that comments, this is only going to be for YouTube people, I guess, but the first person that comments what Buddy's first business was is going to win a BBO swag pack.
Boom.
So you can get a T-shirt, hats, cup. Looks like we got a.
Let me just.
First comment. So you got to jump on that. You
Candle.
got to jump on it. So
Yeah.
you had to.
And if you weren't listening, you're gonna have to jump back and figure out what
yeah.
he said.
Yeah.
Because he said it in here. His first business in high school. What was Buddy doing? And obviously, we'll message you. We'll get your size and stuff. But you get the shirt, the hats, the candle for your wife.
This feels homey,
Cups.
but,
Or if you like smoking
all the good
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
Don't,
Okay.
it's-
I mean, I like
don't be
candles.
sexist, Brad.
Buddy,
Hey,
we
but
appreciate it.
yeah.
Alright,
thank you for
Hey,
coming on.
thanks.
You
It's
guys, you.
we're gonna
Love
have
you,
a
buddy. Hey, man,
podcast
thanks for coming. We're gonna have him back on
soon. We're
It'll be
gonna
good.
have
It'll be
a
good.
guest on that he's going to have
Yes.
a meeting with
Yes.
and talk about what is
Yeah.
about to happen.
This is big. We got to.
And it's insane, like-
big news.
That's the reason he's leaving. It's
I
a
hope
very
you guys- just to know, like,
very
you're part of
important
history
meeting.
right now. The future of fishing.
Yes.
One small step for man, one huge step for the future of fishing.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're pumped.
Love
You-
you guys.
Let
Me
us
too,
hey,
buddy.
if it goes down,
Yeah, we need to know.
You know.
We need to know.
send out a group text.
We need to know.
You know I do.
See ya. You want to jump over here? You're gonna stay over there. So you don't
I'll
have to
come over
hold.
there. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
can
mute
get
that
that
other
one.
one.
Oh gosh.
Get Matt over here so you don't have to hold. We got to
Yeah.
figure out why that mic just like
I know. I
goes
have,
over.
to, I have to
but-
hold the mic the whole freaking time. This is way better. Oh,
Gotta love having Buddy on the podcast.
dude, but I'm like, but we knew it was gonna be a whirlwind.
Yeah.
With Buddy in here.
I know. I feel bad. I went that late, but I was a couple minutes late. I should have been here early to get
Yeah,
things
you-
set up, and then we talked a little bit out there, and then
You screwed it up, man.
it's not my fault.
It's all right. It's so funny, like Buddy, like having the concepts coming into this and being
Yeah.
like, bro, it's just we're just hanging out.
Chill.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, I love the vibe of the podcast, and I like just being able to be authentic
I know, it's
and
awesome.
real, and like it's just a great because. And Logan Paul has said that, he's like, this is something that I could do for the rest of my life.
We still have one more thing to give away too, so we got to think of like a question. We already gave away.
What else are we giving away? Oh, we're doing.
combo.
Oh, okay, so
So we already gave away a bummy stick.
bummy stick.
The 100th person. If we get 100 messages, if not, we'll just pick somebody.
Yeah.
I guess. So the 100th person that sends us a message and lets us know how old you are, you get a bummy stick. Whoever is the first person that comments Buddy's first business gets a BBO swag pack. And we have one more thing. We have a spin fisher. What size was that? Do you know? Looks large. Looks like a 7,500, 8,500.
It's probably for offshore stuff. It's all that. 75.
A spin fisher 7,500 combo. It looks like is that an 8-foot rod?
He said 7.
That might be 7.
It doesn't have it on here.
Interesting.
Oh, 7 foot. Sorry.
7 foot. So a spin fisher 7,500 loaded with braid on a 7-foot rod. It's a combo. Would be a perfect offshore setup for snapper fishing, amberjack, anything like that, throwing poppers. But you can certainly use that same setup off the beach if you're going to try to throw some cut bait for some reds, some black drum, some of the bigger species.
Sorry, hit that.
You could use that in the canal for black drum, whatever.
Yeah.
If you don't have a boat, you
Yeah,
go
if
offshore
you're-
fishing. But
right.
you can certainly find a use for it. Absolutely.
But
Buddy does not want to leave.
yeah,
What's up, buddy?
didn't wanna leave.
Hey.
Dude, I would love to give out one of the awards to someone that could show me a picture with you and them fishing, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Not like from a guide trip or something.
Yeah, somebody that has fished with me or Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. We were
Yeah.
actually just talking about the last prize, so that'll be perfect. We're trying to figure out what the question would be. So
Or just a
That's what we're
pic,
gonna
or just a picture.
a picture with either one of us.
It's like just like because I took a picture
Even
of the
if-
lady,
even if
this
we're not
morning.
fishing.
Yeah, just a picture in general.
Yeah.
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 Perfect.
Okay.
Someone that they would want to send out, be like, hey, you win this if you have a picture. Does anybody have a picture with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
There should be plenty.
Perfect.
All right, love you guys.
Thanks.
Take it in.
Later.
Bye.
All right. So, Buddy, that was perfect timing. Buddy
Because
says,
we didn't have a thing yet. All right.
so to win that
That-
spin fisher combo, you have to.
He was
send
like reading.
us-
He was like reading our minds.
I know.
Man.
If you have ever taken a picture with me or Matt, send it to us. You can send it to us on Facebook or
Messenger.
Instagram.
Messenger.
Fishing Not Catching. If you happen to not be on Facebook or Instagram, you can email it to us at beardedbumadventures. No. beardedbumadventures@gmail.com.
Is that
You
it?
can email that,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
We need a Fishing Not Catching email now that we're not doing as much
Yeah,
Bearded Bum Adventure
Yeah,
stuff.
we'll get
Because
there.
everything is like under Bearded Bum Adventures.
we'll get there.
But yes, if you have a picture with me or Matt or both of us, send it to us on Facebook, Instagram, or beardedbumadventures@gmail.com. And we'll pick somebody to win a spin fisher combo. That's a good combo.
That is a good combo.
I mean, it's like a $200-something combo.
$270, I think.
$270?
Yeah,
Nice.
and well, I don't even know if that's with the braid. Is that with the
Oh,
braid?
probably not.
Like, I think that's just the combo itself.
I mean, it's probably got $50 in braid on it.
Yeah, so $300.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So what's our total? Like a bummy sticks, like
225.
225. That's like probably 300, I'd say.
300.
So we're over
Or
500.
550.
I don't know how much the swag.
That swag thing, those hats are probably $25.
So 50, and then is it 2 shirts? The shirts are
One shirt, $30 hats.
30, so
So
60. That's 40, so it's 100.
40. Yeah, we're like,
Over $600 worth of stuff.
heck yeah. What a giveaway.
It pays to listen to
Right?
the Fishing Not Catching
Right?
podcast. This was Buddy's idea. We've never
know.
done. We should have done this before, man.
Right? Start giving away stuff.
Yeah, you guys probably appreciate that.
Absolutely.
We got, and I'm not gonna say it would help your chances or hurt your chances, but it definitely will not hurt your chances if you give us a 5-star review.
Absolutely.
Like-
Which you can do on Spotify and Apple for sure.
Yeah,
The other ones I don't really know because Apple and Spotify are the only places I listen to podcasts.
yeah.
So I don't know about the other options you have out there. If
mean,
you
we're-
listen somewhere else,
We're giving away free stuff. And,
Yeah.
Honestly, for being honest, Brad, like this is not like a huge audience that listens to this.
Right.
So your odds are pretty dang good to pick up one of these prospects.
So yes, on
leave us
Apple
leave us a
Podcasts,
rating.
go rate us 5 stars, leave us a review,
yeah.
and we will read them out loud. We'll start checking them again, and
Yeah. Get back.
we
on
were
that
doing
train.
really good. Like I've been looking at the Buzzsprout, and we're still getting the downloads and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was like doing really well, and then we just stopped. But
Yeah.
we are back. We're not going. What is that?
So
What did you do?
this is why my eyes are red. I can explain. Are they still bloodshot?
A little, not as bad as they were earlier.
Are they better?
We were
Okay.
supposed to talk about this at the beginning of the podcast, but Matt looks like he's been smoking weed all morning.
I do not smoke weed. I know a lot of people accuse me of that because I guess I give off that vibe sometimes,
Yeah.
like that I'm a pothead. But I'm not. Like I actually stay
I
very.
really got that vibe.
No. Okay. Good. I think
They
like
probably just think the long hair. and
long
the
hair,
beard
beach
and-
bum,
yeah.
like and most of the time I'm kind of like kind of more chill than
Right.
most. But no, I do not smoke pot. But my eyes were all bloodshot. So we were doing rope climbs today, and I had chalk on my hands, and so there was chalk everywhere. So like you're like looking up, and chalk was getting in my eyes because we did a bunch
And
of
so
rope.
that's burned
And
from
that
the rope.
yeah, and it's
His
bad.
shins are like all jacked up.
Yeah, I don't have any long socks, nor do I have. A lot of
You
people
need to
use.
get some spandex.
Well, a lot of people use knee sleeves and just put them around their ankles,
Uh.
which is helpful. And I just don't have any knee sleeves.
Well,
But
go get some.
I will. I just didn't have any, and it was
Maybe
like,
some goggles.
yeah. But I'm gonna be a little weird. Okay.
Let's hear it.
I don't like if it's pain that isn't debilitating. Like if it's pain that's not gonna prohibit me from functioning.
You like it.
I don't mind it.
I'm here for it.
I kind of want it.
Yeah.
I'm weird in that way. Like I don't want like a broken arm that's gonna take me out for a while, or like
Yeah.
a torn rotator cuff. I don't want anything like that. And it's not because of the pain. It's just it's gonna keep me from doing stuff. But
Is
if
that like your kink?
I mean, I'm not. It's not like a sexual thing. I'm not that.
Courtney doesn't tie you up.
No, I'm not. I'm not that weird.
Y'all don't have whips in
No.
the bedroom.
There's just something about like I feel like you should
Just like pushes you to go harder.
you should just have a little pain every now and
Yeah.
then. Like
it is good for you.
And
And that's the whole thing with like the uncomfort or discomfort, I guess is the right word. Like with the cold plunges and stuff.
Yeah.
It's more about
I hate cold though. Like I mean, it is painful, but like there's just something about being cold. I just hate it.
yeah.
Like
But I think it's all just about putting yourself through uncomfortable things and pushing through it.
yeah,
And so it's just with the pain, it's about pushing through it and doing it anyways.
yeah,
And it just like builds up that discipline
Right.
and the strength just in your mind. Of course, the cold plunge supposedly has other benefits, but I think the biggest benefit is doing it even though you know it's going to suck.
Right.
And just like if you had to go do a rope climb again tomorrow, it would suck with legs that look like that, but you would do it again anyways.
Yeah, because I mean, we did a bunch today, and it after like the first two, you know, you're already scuffed up, and seriously, it's like hurting while you're doing it.
Did Courtney do it?
Yeah,
Is her legs messed up?
She messed it up from the last time, so she
knew better.
She wore a knee sleeve this time. I messed it up
And
last
she
time.
didn't tell you? Or
No,
you just
I
didn't
knew.
care?
I just didn't do it.
You're like, I'm doing it anyways.
Yeah, I told you, man. I'm a little weird.
So even though you know, like next time you'll still just go raw.
Probably.
Raw dog, you know.
Yeah. There's just certain, like, it's a weird, I don't know. There's probably some psychological explanation for it, but like, there's something about pain, like stuff, because I know this is no big deal. Like, this is fine. Like, I'm fine. Like, this is not going to keep me from doing anything. I'm not worried about it, but it hurts. But it's like, just do it, man. Like, I don't know. It's a weird thing.
But only in working out.
Um,
Like you don't like pain, like if you were out fishing and there was just, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something.
No, I'll give you another example. When I was guiding, I did this. I've done this my whole life. I'll give you two more examples throughout my life that I remember specifically.
Enjoying pain,
doing it because it hurt, and just doing it anyway.
even though there may have been another option.
Correct. Two examples. Okay, so
I bet I know one.
What?
Beach cart.
That's,
you didn't upgrade
that's
your
a
beach
third.
cart?
That's a third. I actually, because
you had the money to buy a better beach cart.
Yes,
you did it anyway.
It was my business, and I did not buy a beach cart.
Somebody mailed you one.
Yes, and I still used that one, the other one, for a long time. Even though
that's the only beach cart you ever bought was that one with the rubber wheels, the black rubber wheels.
Yes.
Somebody sent you the orange wheels, and then Deerfield hooked us up in new carts. That's funny.
It was for most of my guiding, I still used the black wheels.
Yeah.
And I even made a Facebook post because everybody would ask me on the guide, and I'm like, I just would rather suffer a little bit. Like, I don't mind. Like, it pushes me.
It's interesting.
It's weird. So jellyfish. Jellyfish got really bad, and I remember there was a time where I brought it up before.
Yeah, we talked about this, I think, with Jack.
And I knew every time
with Greg.
Every time I waited out, I was gonna get lit up, but I did it anyway. I was like, just bring it.
But so that's a little bit different. Did you continue to do it because like you enjoyed the pain a little bit, or you just knew that you would do anything for your customer?
Well, yeah, and probably more of that. But I was willing.
Like, I can understand that part of like, this person's paying me good money to go on a fishing trip, and
I knew where the fish were.
I can't puss out and tell them no.
I'm not going in.
You're going to do whatever it is to help your customer catch.
So there's that. Another one when I was in high school, and we were, and this was a mission trip. So, it wasn't a mission trip, but it was like a project or whatever. I had pants with me. So I could have gone back to the room and changed into pants, but we were doing a lot of like clearing, and I just had shorts on, and it was like through all these briars and stuff. Like, and you should have seen my legs. Like, they were just torn up because like I was just crawling through the briars and like clearing all this brush and whatever. And they kept asking me like, you know, because everybody else had pants on, and I just had the shorts, and I was like, I don't mind it. I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'd rather just suffer. I'm just
like, it's just like when you get your mind set on something, like you're gonna do it regardless.
Yeah.
And because had you stopped and went and got pants, like that would have took time away from what y'all were doing.
Right.
It would have taken longer.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Just get it done. You're there.
Yeah.
Push through it.
I don't know. Minuscule pain like that, I embrace it.
Just feed off of it.
I don't know. It's weird.
Just like gives you a little more.
Yeah.
Makes you push harder.
Which, like I told Courtney too, there's.
I think probably a lot of people that work out or do CrossFit enjoy that kind of. Because especially in CrossFit and working out in general, like you're going to have pain.
Right.
It's fighting. Like if you stop when you start having some discomfort, like you never grow. Like, the only way to build muscle is to get discomfort.
That's right.
And that's when your muscles tear, and that's when you get stronger.
Yeah.
If you stop when things start to get tough, like you're never getting bigger.
I've told Courtney that too, because there's times when there are moments. Not every workout is this way, but like there's several times when you're in a workout and it's hell. You know, like it's just brutal. Your body is rejecting you, and your body like is literally your mind is literally telling you like, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Like, this is not okay. And it's a weird place that you get to. And there's times when it starts happening that I literally just start smiling. And I'm like,
Yeah.
bring it.
And then
I just,
if you push past that, which I've definitely don't go as hard on anything like y'all do, but when you push through that, like when you feel like you're gonna give up, if you push through and keep going, the endorphin rush that you get in that moment is insane.
Yeah.
Because even just like running on the treadmill, like I'm terrible at running. I can't run long distance. Like I can't even run a mile without needing to stop and walk a little bit, which I'm overweight and got a lot of.
Did you work out today?
I didn't today.
Yeah.
But there's been times on the treadmill where like we're getting towards the end of the class and I'm like, everything hurts. My calves are killing me. My feet hurt. Like I can't hardly breathe. And I'm like, but I'm going to run until the end. Like normally, like in the middle of a run, I would have just slowed it down and walked for a second, then started running again. And like just pushing through it. Because anytime you feel like you need to give up, like your body has so much more.
Yeah.
It's just your mind
That's right.
is uncomfortable.
Yeah, your body.
And
can
we're
do it.
just, as humans, we just like to be comfortable.
And there's in CrossFit, there's several times you have to remind yourself that. Like, it's
Yeah.
like my body can do it, my muscles can do it. I'm not done.
It's the same thing with holding breath. Like you feel like you can't hold your breath.
Yes.
You can hold your breath for so much longer.
Yes, yeah.
But in that running, like when you push through it, yes, when you stop, you like can't hardly breathe and it hurts. But it's like you get such an endorphin rush after that of pushing through something that you didn't think you could actually do. It's pretty insane.
Yeah. It is nice. Anyway, I may be messed up. I don't know. But like,
No.
I don't know that I would enjoy, because I've never done any like combat training, which I've actually been telling Courtney that's what I want to do, some type of combat training, like whether it's boxing or
You ought to go to Will's.
yeah, and I saw that they do. I don't know how to. Well, yeah, I don't know that I want to do jujitsu. I know a lot of people do. I'd rather do some type of martial arts, which I guess jujitsu is, but like I like something that's a little more, like whether it's boxing or I don't know how to say
They
it.
probably do boxing.
Well, I know they do
Thai.
Muay Thai. That I didn't know how to say it. That because I think that's like the best self defense type.
I bet they do it
combat
over
training. Which I've never done that. I don't know that I would enjoy like getting my butt beat. You know what I mean? Like just my pounding on. Like if I was in a fight and just getting waylaid on, that probably would. I don't know that at that level.
Right.
Maybe I've never been in that situation, but maybe I'd like it. I don't know. Like I don't know. You know, as long as I knew I'm not gonna have any. That's the thing. I just don't want to be debilitated.
Right.
Like if I know that like I'm gonna be able to still function, I don't care.
Give
like,
it to me.
Yeah.
And it's funny we're talking about that because we, Kelton is like, can be very aggressive, especially with Brant. Him and Brant have like a weird little thing. They always like fight with each other, but I let him watch MMA. Why am I drawing a blank on the UFC?
Oh, okay.
There was a UFC fight on Saturday night, and I've never let him watch fighting or anything. And I let him watch the UFC, and he loved it. He's like, that's what I want to do. And he asked me Sunday, he was like, is there another fight tonight? And Corey was like, I can't believe we're letting him watch it.
Yeah.
But he absolutely loved it. And like, as a father, like it would make me extremely nervous for like, obviously at 6 years old, they're not going to be that extreme, but
sure.
Like it makes me nervous thinking of like.
I thought, weren't they in karate?
They did karate. We've pulled them out for now just because we've been so busy. So they were doing karate, and then he also does football, basketball, baseball, and soccer.
Well, just tell him, karate's a great pathway to be
It
a
is.
UFC
It is. And so we put him in karate he was having some troubles at school, which is why we started homeschooling. And so we put him in karate for more of the discipline and that kind of thing. And it didn't really like, he would be good at karate, but then it was the same thing at home. And so it didn't change as much. I mean, now that he's getting a little bit older, it would probably help even more versus when he was like 3 or 4 or however old he was. I guess he was 4 probably when he went in. Because I think he actually started karate before he got into elementary school. But like no offense to anybody that does karate, but like when I was growing up, like if you did karate, you're kind of like the weird kids or whatever.
I could see that, but I think it's a good thing. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it teaches you a lot. I mean,
and so I
wish I had done it as a kid or
yeah,
something.
There's a lot of good self-defense things, but like when they go through like their whole little I don't even know what you call it, but performance or whatever, when you have to try to earn your next belt, like
It's kind of nerdy.
some of the stuff is like, really?
Yeah.
Like it's not really. Yes, you can use those if you actually had to protect yourself, but a lot of that is just for karate. Like it wouldn't be a lot of normal time that you would need to do those moves or whatever.
Right.
But anyways, what I'm getting at is I would rather him get into like jujitsu or something that would give him a little more real world, like you said, combat
Yeah.
type experience.
Yeah.
Where he could protect himself. And the dude's got a punch on him. Like
Yeah.
his right hand, when he punched, like, I'm like, dude, if you got in a fight with a kid, like I think 1-on-1, he's 6. I bet you he could take like kids definitely way
You
older
think
than
so?
him.
Yeah,
Now,
I believe it.
if somebody was like heavier,
Well,
and could, like,
he's
tackle him, like,
aggressive.
He is aggressive.
Which I mean that's huge. I mean, because a lot of kids, I mean, aren't that aggressive.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I think it's a good thing. With the way society is today, we need more boys.
Right.
Like, I know it's got to be. I don't have a boy, so I don't know how to mold that. But like, you don't want to. Obviously, he has to have the discipline and stuff, but you don't want to. What's the word I'm trying to use? Like, you don't want to.
Like deter him or
Yes,
to
like you don't want, like you want to
break him down from.
yeah,
You don't
like-
want to keep him from. You don't want to take that away.
right.
From him.
Like he needs that.
he just needs to know how to control it.
Yeah, like because there's so much of our society that's just soft.
Yeah.
you know, and he needs.
And that's what I'm. So
you don't want to beat him down like this is wrong.
Right.
Like you want him, but like anyway, I wouldn't like not having a boy. I don't know how to.
yeah, and that so last year in sports, like I know he's got that aggression and that drive like at home because he like you can see it in like everything he does. But last year when he was playing flag football, he was soft and like he would go to pull a flag and he'd pull away but then like reach for the flag but like he didn't want the contact.
Yeah.
But and that was like so frustrating because I'm like, you beat your brother up at home and now you're gonna be a little baby and not go pull the flag.
Yeah.
But this year
He's all about it.
he's like he wants to tackle him.
Oh,
It's just like that makes me feel good.
Yes.
Like, go.
Yeah. Yes.
And then football's not as bad. Basketball at the 6U age is so frustrating because for one, you can't even steal the ball. They can't steal. Like they can put their
What?
hands up. They can't actually steal the ball because I mean everybody's still trying to learn to dribble and whatever. And,
Okay.
and
they
but
probably
it's
just
so frustrating. But then I ended up telling him the other night, I was like, you are the biggest kid on the floor. There is no reason that you shouldn't get just about every rebound. Like there's no reason. And he would hardly ever get a rebound because obviously he's 6. And so he's still like playing with his friend or whatever, and not like 100% focused on the game. And so I told him that Monday before his game, I was like, you have got to get some rebounds. There's no reason you shouldn't. It's like, whatever it takes, get the ball.
Get a rebound.
And so the other team we're playing is like, y'all have fun. We're here for fun.
You're like, get a rebound.
And so that was by far the most rebounds Kelton ever had was in that game. And he would even, like the other team would be getting it. I'm like, you get it. Like he would get it and like rip it out of their hands. I'm like, that is how you play basketball.
Yes.
I understand we're 6 and everybody needs to have fun and people love participation trophies, but whatever it takes,
I
get
think-
the rebound,
I think that's okay, man.
rip it out of their heads. And the other coach is like not up for that, but like, I don't care. Get the ball.
I think that
Your job is to get the ball.
I think that's the right path. I mean, I think we are too soft as a society.
Yeah.
I think I was raised too soft. Like I think that that is like that. Most people would look at you and be like, Brad.
Yeah.
But
Don't let your kid go do that.
yeah, like, but I think no, especially for men.
Yeah.
Girls, it's different. We're different. We're just different.
I know. I got one of those coming up, and I'm
Yeah.
interested to see how all that
But-
goes. Because I'm gonna want her to do sports and whatever. Because there's actually a girl that plays on the flag football.
Oh,
on
yeah?
one of the teams.
Okay.
Dang.
All right. You
She's
get it?
good too. She's fast.
Well, and I've said this before on the podcast, many podcasts ago, but like working out with women, which I'd never done before, other than with Courtney,
Right.
And until CrossFit, it's unbelievable the ability. Like I just never knew how strong women
Right.
were, because I mean there's still plenty of women that lift way more than I do
Right.
in that gym. I mean it's just like dang, so they're very capable. It's just it's opened my eyes,
Right. It's crazy.
because you think of them as, and obviously if you take apples to apples, like if you take men's basketball and women's basketball at the same level, like
Oh,
they're going to dominate. It's just physicality is just different. But yeah, for the average, I would say it's like there's a lot of women that could whoop up on any
100%.
average man walking around.
100%.
So,
Did y'all has Annalise done any sports or anything, or just a dance?
dance? Yeah, that's all she's done so far.
I know. I'm interested to see. Courtney was talking about that the other day. Of like, we were at Kelton's basketball game, and she was like, "Kinsley, your dad's probably gonna make you do this one day." And I don't know. I'll probably make him do. I want all of my kids to at least play a couple years of sports to figure out, like, do you like it? Do you not?
Sure.
Whatever. 'Cause, I mean, that's just how I grew up. Like, I grew up playing all the sports, and so I want them to do that. And I ended up finding out I didn't like baseball, so I quit playing baseball, and I played football and basketball.
Well, if they get serious about it, and I'm sure other CrossFit gyms do it, but our CrossFit gym does sports training.
Do they?
Like
I'll have to look into that, 'cause-
individual. I mean, because they have it's private sessions or whatever.
Yeah.
And they do specific workouts for whatever
Interesting. 'Cause,
sport they're doing.
like, again, Kelton's only 6 years old, but he is like way bigger than anybody else his age. And if he can stay focused and work hard, like, every parent probably thinks their kid's good at whatever sports, but Kelton does have potential. Like Knox, I can look at Knox and go, he is not ever going to be a professional athlete, which is fine. He may be an engineer. All Knox wants to do is drive an excavator. That's all he cares about is an excavator. when we went, so I don't remember how much we talked about the dog, but so we went and got the dog, and it was 6 hours away. We didn't tell the kids. We told them we were getting a prize, and so they like had all these guesses of what the prize would be. And it was like, I want candy, I want this, I want that. And Knox was like,
Excavator.
He was like, I'm gonna get to ride an excavator. And I was like, no. If any of you are in Baldwin County and have access to an excavator, I will pay to let my 5-year-old go ride on an excavator with you. So comment below, hit me up, message me.
So what's an excavator? Like what?
It's the big one that has like the front claw.
Okay, that's an excavator.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I mean that does sound pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, when I don't know if you saw these commercials when you were growing up, but there was a VHS that you could purchase, and it was like $29.99, and the commercials would play, and it's literally just video of big machinery doing stuff like
That's
that.
awesome. That's what he loves.
Yeah. I was
Excavators, dump trucks, bulldozers.
So does he just like watch YouTube videos of that kind of stuff?
Mostly.
Does he really? That's cool.
And he's got the toy ones, and he'll literally dig a hole in the backyard with them.
Yeah.
And just like put dirt in the back, and he's definitely gonna be like, I think he could be a contractor and do something successful like that. Kelton, I think, could be an athlete if he puts his mind to it. The other kids, obviously, they're young. I don't know.
You're right. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Time will tell.
So many different personalities when you have that many
the
kids, and it's for me, like growing up playing a lot of sports, it's like frustrating that Knox, like I just know he's not athletic.
That's okay.
And,
all right.
But I mean, it's fine. He still plays.
I'm not athletic.
I still make him play.
I was terrible.
I don't make him play. I mean, I'll sign him up and he's gonna go, but he still likes.
Well,
to
I mean, there's a lot. I
around.
mean, whether you're athletic or not, it's good to be. It just teaches you so much.
Especially with them being homeschooled. Like I want them to being around other kids.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
And do all that. So.
Well, we've talked for a while, Brad.
Yeah.
We lost Buddy, and we just kind of
I know.
kept talking,
drinking
and talking. Well, let's wrap it up. Hopefully, you commented or did something that we asked you to do, so that
we will look forward to all those messages we're gonna get.
The 100th.
Yes.
Make sure you go do all that. Make sure you give us a 5-star review, whatever you're listening to.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Subscribe and share with a friend.
That's right.
Tell one friend about this podcast
because it's amazing. I mean,
you get so much out of it.
I mean, if you're riding in your car and you're listening to this, you got to be like, "This is so good. This is just so good. I can hang out with these guys forever."
It is a good time.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. We do love you guys.
Yes.
You are our real ones. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you on the next one.
Later.